Throughout the almost 200 years of its existence, many experts have shared their opinions on the territorial dispute between Belize and Guatemala.
My recommendation is let's go ahead. We cannot live next to a neighbor. You have two neighbors, right? Mexico and Guatemala. We cannot live in a dispute, in a controversy for so many years. You have to settle the issue. It's very important, I think, to settle the issue. I think the court will be the absolutely perfect forum, the perfect seat, the perfect place for both countries to settle the matter.
Part of what has really been the larger conversation is looking at the Belize-Guatemala issue. And okay. Anytime we speak about the Belize-Guatemala issue, the role of the British comes up. And I know that this is not something that we usually get to talk to you about, but since you are leaving, let me just ask from your perspective, as you see the conversation unfolding, as we head to this very important referendum, what are your thoughts?
I think actually that the people in Belize are not yet aware of how important that decision is in April of next year, the referendum itself. So the big breakthrough was in 2008 when your government signed the special agreement with Guatemala to take the dispute to the International Court of Justice, and it's taken 10 years to get it to where it is now.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that. It wasn't a matter of Belize not wanting to go. The ICJ is there to state categorically that that border is still there. To my knowledge, there's not been a case at all in ICJ history where they've taken land away from one country and given it to another. So I don't think Belizeans should worry about waking up the day after the referendum and finding out that they're Guatemalan. That's not going to happen. So I'm very happy that we've got to where we are now. I think Belizeans should be happy too, because this dispute has been a dark cloud over this country for far too long, and it needs to be removed.
One of the things I've also realized is we have to separate emotion and domestic concern about what's happening in the political maelstrom from the international question. Because if this international dispute is to be brought to an end, one has to say how. How are we going to bring it to an end? And the way in which the international community brings disputes of this sort to an end is to say, go to the International Court of Justice, which was set up and is manned by all these judges from different countries. That's where the dispute will finally be determined and laid to rest. But it's for the Belizean people to make up their minds. All I can say is from the international legal position, we are clear. And we stand with Belize.